let's talk a little football. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Press Box. I'm so glad you're here, and the dream of syrup makers and Thomasville Bulldogs have come true. There's no Randy Young today, but he will be back next week, so we're going to make fun of him.
Hopefully.
Yeah, that's right. Everything goes well.
Our prayers are he'll be back.
Are with Randy today.
So we're working on. He went in with a lot of confidence.
Yeah, a lot of confidence.
Ain't no doubt.
But anyway, pretty sure he'll be back with us next week as we kid and joke around. But we don't want to joke too much about it. So
that's
anyway,
right.
Michael
Quick
Best,
recovery.
That's right. Quick recovery for
Randy Young.
That's right. And anyway, we won't tell. I won't tell anybody that you guys are praying for his recovery. We'll just keep it. I don't want to get you guys in trouble.
Well, one of us probably doesn't. Doesn't want to admit it, but
okay. All right.
No.
Shots fired already. We haven't started the show.
You got me wrong.
he's a changed
I
man.
will not say we're close, but medically speaking, we talk a lot.
Okay. All right.
Because he's going through some of the things I have went through.
Yeah.
And so, anyway,
medically,
it's not best buds.
Okay, but anyway.
So you wouldn't eat
breaking
with him
news
before a
today.
game?
What?
You wouldn't eat with him before a game?
No, sir.
No, we're not doing that. But
I wouldn't eat with you before a game.
I know. And we're classmates.
No, we're not.
I don't get it.
You're not that old.
Proud alumni, though, for sure.
Proud alumni.
All right, so let's talk a little football. Again, some breaking news about Jim, but that's okay. Cairo beats Cook. Good win over Cook County, 42-12. You got Open coming up, but just a good game to get right, play well. Every run game, passing. I was just kind of thought it was a good overall effort.
It was I thought that we kind of put it all together. When you open your season with two of the best teams in the state, I mean, no doubt Thomasville and Thomas County Central, I think they're going to be playing for it all. And then, you got to batten down the hatches and redirect and get going again. And we came out and played Kathleen and played well. And then, Cook knew they were coming in. They had won 3 games. And, we knew they, always play Cairo tough. We had a real battle with them last year. So coming in, you were a little nervous, but Cairo put it together. They were averaging, giving up about 7 to 8 points a game. We scored 42 on them. Probably could have got some more. We had a running clock, and we let subbed out a good bit toward the end. But a good performance. We came out and scored, I think, on every drive but one in the first half. Defense created some turnovers. They have the number 2 punter in the nation. He's a real deal. But one time he had a high snap.
And he's not Australian either,
no,
right? I mean,
he's
that's kind of
American, born and bred, Adel baby. And the high snap, he's running back trying to get it, and then he realizes he's just going to try to kick it out of bounds, and he whiffed it, missed it. And Jalen Teal was right there, scooped it, and scored, and got us a quick touchdown. And again, Jalen Teal just continues to play
do everything,
both sides of the ball, offense, defense, special teams. Does a great job and ran the ball hard. We got to see Zaquavian Teal run the ball some also, and then of course Brian Duncan had a big night. He had 2 big runs for a touchdown, and he had a pass from Bryce Puckett that was deflected, and he caught it on the rebound and went 70 yards for a touchdown. So that was a big play. We were worried going in. Coaches worried about the lines. They have a very athletic defensive line. We were a little worried about how it would match up against our younger offensive line, but our guys did a good job for most of the night and opened up, and gave enough protection, opened up enough holes to get the offense moving. Defense played really good. Defensive line, our 2 defensive ends, Malik Green and Steve Van Thornton, really pressured the quarterback all night and were just meeting each other back there with the quarterback. And so I thought we did a good job there. And like I said, our punter, when you look at averages, was about 5 yards off of their punter as far as averages go for the night. So pretty good job of all 3 phases of the game, I thought, and got the win. One thing I want to talk about.
Now that we get to the end of the
recap. For just a moment, and it wasn't so much pertaining to, I meant to mention this last week. When you've got a running clock, and you're running a clock because you're beating a team and you're trying to hurry up and get the game over, they should not be able to call timeout. There should be
the
a
clock
rule.
should keep running.
Yeah, just run the clock. We're trying to get out of this game for you.
in between possessions, the ball should.
Yeah.
The clock should. It's running clock. It's
running
not a
That's the
stop clock.
definition.
Run the clock.
I do think they should do that, but also they should be pretty easy with, like, if a coach is trying to sub somebody in, kind of be liberal with that.
Yeah.
Where, like,
Because you're trying to get other people in the game, and stuff.
And that is hard to do, but yes, they could do both of those things.
Right.
I agree with you on that one.
So just want to get that out there. I meant to say it last week, but
Lee
didn't happen.
Lee
this
County
time.
kind of probably wish that too.
Right,
but
wished
anyway,
it too.
we'll
They
talk
wanted to
about
get
that in
theirs
another
over.
segment.
We'll get to Lee County and Colquitt County.
But we are open this week, and then we got a big one with Bainbridge next week. And as I've said, this is a rival game. Do not get me wrong; it is a rival game between Cairo and Bainbridge. It's one of our three rivals. But when you look at the intensity of the rival, it's always Bainbridge. Cairo is kind of like their number one rival in every sport, every opportunity to beat Cairo. They love beating Cairo and everything.
A couple of years ago, you said it wasn't a rivalry.
No,
now you're trying to be
did not-
politically correct.
Did not ever say that.
Yes, you did.
So they were real. They'll play their best
they'll
game.
play well, right?
And you got to be
circle
worried going
wagons.
in when you look at what they did to Thomas County Central.
Yeah,
I mean,
man.
you got to look at
They held
fact
them to
that
49 points.
They had a running clock the whole second half.
first team to hold them under 50 points. That tells you they came to play.
Yeah.
And they will no doubt play their best game
Yeah.
against us, and we got to go over there and play them. And if we can beat them, it'll be the first time in 10 years we beat them back to back.
Okay, wow.
So-
And so open, then Bainbridge. One thing, watching a couple of highlights I saw from the Cairo game is I really thought the passing game got a little more. If that passing game gets a little bit better, it's going to be that much harder to stop.
Yeah, and
the
our
running game.
receivers have done a good job, and so has our quarterback. We were able to run some tunnel screens. With Gavin Mango, Khalid Perry's made some big catches. Justin Teal is just a great player too, both sides of the ball, like his brother.
And you don't have to do much. Like
Right.
that's the thing about it. If you're a run team,
Just open it up a little
if
bit.
you just open up that
And
field just a
we
little bit.
weren't able to do that last year. Last year Puckett threw for about 124 yards for the season, and this year he's on pace to have 1,000 yards. I mean, he's throwing he's over 100 yards a game. And,
Yeah.
which is an improvement for him, and you can tell he's getting more comfortable and more just a better handle of the offense, and not being as he's standing in the pocket, and he can run it too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he's shown where he's got a little speed and can run it too. So that's kind of another weapon for
That
us.
bodes well for the play. You keep seeing that passing game develop, and then you're looking at a good playoff run.
And our
there.
band did a great job. Just one of the best performances they've had all year. Last Friday night, great job for them. Cheerleaders, just a great night to be a cert maker.
Yeah, all right. Also, a great night to be Thomas County Central team and fan, even though Randy's not here to talk about it, but cruised over Bainbridge 49-0. Then you got another open week. A lot of these teams have open weeks before region play. So, there's a little bit less to talk about these next, a little bit of this time period, which I don't like, but just sizing up that Lee County game, guys. It's kind of one of those you kind of circled at the beginning of the season. We'll know maybe more next week, but how do you think that Lee County game is going to go between Central? What's your preview on that one? You guys have both faced Central. What are your thoughts on that one?
I see Central putting a running clock on them like Moultrie did. I don't think Lee's getting better, but it was 43-12 going into the fourth quarter, and they had a running clock. So I'm sure Colquitt subbed a lot, but Lee scored 24 points in that fourth quarter with a running clock. So they must have got some onside kicks and stuff like that. But anyway, it was 43-12. Colquitt had put it on them and then let up on it. But I think Thomas County Central and Colquitt would be a better matchup than Thomas County Central and Lee.
Yeah, you definitely think maybe Central's favored, but Lee it's kind of like Bainbridge. You guys playing Bainbridge, you kind of never really know.
It's kind of a rival, I think, from Lee's standpoint. They really like to get after. They're both the same region,
Yeah.
And Lee will bring a good game, but I think Central, like Jim says, shut them down. It'll be a running clock.
Lee's trying to pay everybody back for all the homecoming dances they got
Oh
invited
boy,
to
back in
over
the
the
day.
days.
Now is it over there? Is it there?
It's at Central.
Is that Central?
Two big games in Thomasville next Friday night. Central's got Lee, and we have Jeff Davis.
Yeah.
So the crowds will be split.
Kind of split. Yep.
Yeah, but it does bring a lot of energy to the town. I always love when you got
I always liked it when the two schools were able to,
trade off a little bit.
but one be home, one be away. That way, there's people that go to both.
Yep.
I don't know why
Yeah.
why anybody would want to go out there. But
Right.
But anyway,
Randy's not here to defend himself. And
Poor
here
Randy.
you do that. Yeah, that's what we say around here. If you're not here, you won't get defended.
That's right.
But Colquitt County did defend well. They beat Lee County 43-36. And again, I tuned in on the radio, and Colquitt County was cruising, so I didn't think anything about it. And then Colquitt County went on to beat Monroe on Tuesday, 45-9, and they play Rickards on Friday. So
Busy week.
busy week. But
the
somebody did
Packers.
say, like, I'm not sure where I heard this from, but somebody was talking about this kind of game. Like, well, the players would rather play a game than
in
practice.
that's
Yeah.
right. That's
So-
right. So you get 2 games in 1 week.
Yeah.
And I don't know what their schedule. They may be open the following week. I don't know when 6A starts their
Typically 6A, a lot of them have that week off before. But
Right,
I'd have to check the schedule on that one. But a good series, good sequence of events for Colquitt County to get ready for their region play. And anybody in that region you feel like is head and shoulders above everybody else? I mean, I don't know what other, Valdosta or anybody like
Valdosta
that.
seems to be playing well. Lounge, you just never really know.
Yeah.
It seems to be a toss-up.
Colquitt.
Camden County, you can't get a feel for because they play in so many Florida schools.
Yeah.
Right.
So you don't know what those Florida schools are. And then Tipton,
Yeah.
you-
They're on the rise, but you don't know where they're at right
Right.
now. So, but anyway, good week by Colquitt. Again, they play another Tallahassee school. They play Rickards on Friday. Moving on, Pelham will also play this same Monroe team that Colquitt County beat this week. They'll play on Friday. The Hornets lost to Seminole County 31-14. And then let's get to Thomasville High School coming off an open week, and you playing Bacon. So, what things was the team working on for open?
it was kind of a sad week because every 7th grade team, 8th grade team, JV, everybody was off last week. So after we lose to Central, we don't have anything to pick
cheer
us
about.
back up
Yeah.
all week long, you know. And so nothing to go to, and it was too hard to cross Barnett's Creek to go watch K-Row. So,
I looked for you. I had your ticket at the gate ready for you.
Yeah, so,
Yeah.
so I stayed home and
Seat right next to me in press box.
that wasn't
Nothing.
happening.
Nothing.
That wasn't happening. But anyway, used to in the old days, the open week was another week to get more physical
Yeah.
and bang on each other. And fortunately, you got people hurt. Nowadays, they kind of
They're smart about that.
they're smart about that. The dogs didn't practice for 3 days in that time frame. And of course, now that they're gearing up to go to Alma, Georgia. Never been there before. It'll be a treat to go to Alma, Georgia, and get some bacon and eggs over there. Got to find a place to eat in Alma or either stop in Douglas. But the coach told our coach that it was senior night. The AD told our AD it was homecoming. So we don't know what.
Yeah, some
we
kind
either
of
get to go
events
to the
going on.
dance or we just get to honor their seniors.
Yeah.
And so anyways, they got a new head coach. He was the defensive coordinator last year. So the same problems they had discipline-wise they had last year, stirring up things. You still got to be careful. You got to get in there and take care of business. Then let your young guys play some football.
Yeah.
So you don't, because we got Jeff Davis, then we got Fitzgerald.
Yeah, you got a
we
gauntlet
got
here,
a
so-
gauntlet coming up with Jeff Davis, Fitzgerald, and Worth all bang 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 bang. So it's
I call it like a focus game where you,
Right.
and I think Thomas County Central is the same way. They focused against Bainbridge, got to win, got out, stayed healthy as far as I know. So
Central
one of those
could
kind of
not
things.
Central could not focus against Bainbridge or Thomasville or any of that and still
Nah,
win.
we're just fodder.
Yeah, we just there to be punished.
We're living in their world. Right?
Yep.
But a big game. Bacon's 3-1, so they're
3-1,
not.
but
They haven't played
they-
a ton of great teams.
They eked by Lanier by 7 points, and Lanier's not having the year they had last year, where they hosted their first ever state playoff game last year. They're struggling. So, but they say Bacon is Bacon. I'm sure as close as they are to Douglas and to Applin that
they can
the
pull in some players.
better players.
Or are you talking about they probably go?
Yeah, they shift to one side of the county or the other. And
Gotcha.
so I'm sure it's hard to build a good football team at Bacon.
Yeah. All right. Well, again, one of those games where the dogs have to go and take care of business. Mitchell County also they lost, so lost to Clinch County 21-6. They're traveling to Randolph Clay. So
They're traveling to Andy Griffith Stadium.
I don't know, that's what
That's
it's
a
called?
step back in time.
Oh, okay. I thought you were being for
No,
real.
no, it's
But it is a step back.
It's a step back in time. You go over there. It's like describing the field when Andy Griffith described it in his story.
Oh yeah, that's a good bit. I don't know if that bit's on the internet, but I remember listening to
It
that.
used to be.
What it was football.
Yeah.
The funniest, some people told us the funniest thing that was ever said in one of our broadcasts. We did a radio game. They built a press box, and we were shoulder to shoulder. And Daryl said, "Jim, I'm closer to you than I've ever been to my wife." And he gets reminded of that every now and then.
Yeah.
But that was a trip. First time we went up there, they had a guy that was doing the game on a tape deck, and he'd stick it in Daryl's face and ask him a question. And of course, Daryl couldn't answer.
Yeah, because
you know,
Daryl's announcing
but
the
we're,
game.
We're announcing the game. So anyway, it's a fun place to go. Mitchell County should get this game.
Yep. And want to see Mitchell County.
Basketball games between these two schools are.
Yeah,
used to
Randolph
be
Clay
tre-
traditionally has
They
a
used to be
really good
tremendous between those two.
Yeah. All right. Rounding up South Georgia, Brookwood lost to Southland 48-6, and they're traveling St. Simons to play Frederica Academy. And now we are going to take a break, and we'll be back with the college edition of the Press Box. And we are back to talk college football, and maybe Randy's not here because of that Georgia going into overtime.
Well, I'll tell you.
That was a crazy game.
Well, we used all our overtime plays at Georgia Tech, so
Yeah,
didn't know if
But
we
you
had
got some more saved up.
we saved up a couple. I
Yeah.
thought ran pretty good.
I thought the kicker for Tennessee probably should have been in like the 10th grade.
Yeah, he looked
Yeah,
scared to death too.
He was scared to death at that time. But
Well, if
and-
I had a nickel for every game that was decided by the other team missing a field goal and us winning, I'd have two nickels.
yeah, that's two.
Yeah.
I do think maybe you probably saw why Josh Heupel wanted to kind of get some extra yards. 'Cause
Yeah,
he knew that
and then they
kicker
wound
was
up
a little
getting
bit
a penalty.
shaky.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
they wound up getting the penalty. And,
Yeah.
I said I said that may be the difference. And I think he felt in his mind he had to push the ball more because that's usually what
Yeah.
happens when you.
But he shanked it bad though.
Oh,
I
he
mean,
did.
it
It
was
was
kind
kinda
of
like
for 25.
you could tell he couldn't hardly breathe.
And then he comes in and
He comes in and makes the same field goal.
Yeah, and that's
Could have
that's what I
done
was
that
picking.
earlier, but-
Yeah.
And then Tennessee decided not to play rush defense.
Yeah, well, there's a holding on that side too, but you won't get
They
it.
don't call holding on Georgia. What are you
Yeah.
talking
Blah,
about?
blah, 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 blah,
They
blah.
don't call targeting on Georgia.
Blah, blah, blah.
They don't call anything on Georgia. Kirby's got him in his pocket.
Well, let me say what I do like about Georgia. I did like that. I like to see that offensive line move around some. You saw, not just one-on-one, but kind of some different schemes, which I saw. So the run game to me, I thought was pretty solid.
Well, and I wrote an article for the Messenger this week that says Kirby's playing chess when everybody else is playing checkers. Because every year, people, when we go play Marshall, we talked about it here, played Austin Peay, and we were like, you sure hope he is because it looked bad. But Kirby always, he tries to keep those games low key. I mean, people were last week saying Gunner had people running wide open in the secondary, wasn't throwing the ball down the field, our vertical game. Obviously, he was instructed not to.
Not
he
to,
was
that's
just
right.
keep it, And Kirby's not going to show a whole lot. And I think Gunner answered a lot of questions of his abilities and what he can do with the ball. The touchdown pass right there on fourth down, that was huge. Him running the ball adds another kind of a Stetson Bennett type addition to the game. I thought that, we came out in the second half and kind of imposed our will, just ran the ball on him right down the field.
That's when you won the game to me.
8 minutes off the clock and just really – Tennessee got hot in the beginning. They got hot kind of toward the end. But, I thought Georgia answered the call pretty well. And, you got to be frustrated if you're a Tennessee player because you just cannot beat Georgia. And luckily for Georgia, we were able to find a way to hang on and win it in overtime. And now we got a tough stretch, and Kirby still keeps playing those. He comes on after the game like we lost. He was just like, well,
He's the Lou Holtz of,
we didn't deserve to win, and we got a lot of work, and we do. I mean, there were times I didn't think we had any secondary. I'm looking out there, people just running around by themselves, and I was like, are we going to cover anybody? Could we just cover them? But,
I'm still kind of interested in Gunnar Stockton. And again, I thought he had a good game. I do think that Mike Bobo did a good job because he and I, we're Mike Bobo fans.
Oh yeah.
They're Georgia fans.
Georgia fans aren't. No,
I
they
am.
weren't.
I have never I've never said anything negative.
I think
about
they did a good
Mike
job.
Bobo.
Of the horizontal passing game kind of protected him. I don't think that's sustainable, but I do think this is kind of the weird part about Gunnar Stockton. I think you can win a national championship with him. I do think he has some flaws. I'd like him to see downfield a little bit more. I mean, there were some key third downs where the defense kind of, like he just didn't see a read or just kind of threw the
Right.
ball away.
I think Isaiah
So
Branch
it's kinda
was a nice addition.
Yeah,
to the team.
yeah. Now
He
the other,
provides another.
yeah, like the Tennessee defensive back who was supposed to cover the middle in a horizontal pass and then went around and,
Yeah.
and Branch just
Well,
went.
Tennessee's 2 starting corners did not play in
Yeah,
the game,
yeah.
so that they were playing with freshmen.
But Georgia, and some of the Bill Connolly writes for ESPN. He said basically like, I always see flaws in Georgia's game, but you just can't bet against them. And I think that's kind of sums them up. I think that's a really good summary of Georgia. Let's move. Georgia and Florida State quarterbacks with some flaws, but are having good seasons as well. How do you coach that? You want to protect your quarterback, but you want him to develop as well. Florida State has Kent State, so you may see Tommy Consolano's throw the ball a little bit more, or anything like that, or you just kind of get them to do what they really want to do.
You can't take him out of his game if he sees it as a shot to run. Castanalo, or however you say his name, he's going to take off, and
He's a dynamic
runner, and he can hit when he hits you. But you just get him in and get him out as quick as you can, and let somebody else play. And as far as Gunnar Stockton, he's tough as they come, because I've seen him 2 times play against Tulsa and get bloodied and bruised and banged, and he still
Gets
pops up. He's like the ever-ready battery bunny.
Y'all broke his nose.
We broke his nose, and he kept playing.
Yeah.
He stuffed galls up in his nose and kept playing.
You respect him for that.
Yeah, you got to respect him. He's tough. He's country.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's down home.
Country strong.
But
That's the only thing I like about Georgia, besides the Bobo at center and Bobo in the press box. Other than that, nah.
All right. Well, one thing that you guys will like is yes, no. So let's get into that and go from there. So this one's for Jim. Arch Manning will figure it out this year.
I'm beginning to wonder. But of course, they hadn't really played anybody, and he's still struggling. They played Ohio State, and Ohio State threw some stuff at him he had never seen, and then he was all hyped up. But I don't know if he's got the supporting cast has got enough experience yet to help him out, because they lost some key receivers and all that, and the offensive line is all new, so it's
hard to know.
I think he's got the talent, but I mean.
It may be one of those where
He
you
still
just kind
can't
of work with it, and
he still
figures it out
can't come
next
to
year.
Athens and beat Georgia.
All right. Will he figure it out this year?
I don't know. I'm like Jim. I don't know. I think that his last name hurt him.
Yep.
If his last name was Smith or Jones or something,
wouldn't care, would
I don't
we?
think we'd heard a lot about him. And I think they hyped him up too much.
And that's not his fault.
it's hard,
right?
It's hard for him to live up to the expectations that have been handed to him.
Every time you turn on TV, there's a Manning.
Yeah. And one thing, it was cool to see Heisman Trophy winner, local hero Charlie Ward reach out to him on Twitter.
Yeah.
It's like, hey man, my first 3 games were terrible, and just hang in there. So anyway, if he hangs in there, I think he'll be fine.
Get the supporting cast with a little bit more experience.
Yeah.
And I don't know, Sark may not be, other than Ohio State, he may not be showing much either, because it hadn't. But it gets tougher. I think next week they got Florida.
Yeah, that schedule starts to get tougher. Next question. Nobody is elite this year, Michael Best. Nobody is elite this year.
Nobody is elite this year.
A lot of good teams.
Yeah.
We got any great teams?
I'm gonna say we do.
I'm trying to
Ohio
think
State
of
fan
everybody.
talking over there.
Yeah. I'm going to say, I think everybody's kind of, I can't think of anybody that's up here right now, just because of everything going on with the portal.
NIL and all that stuff.
NIL.
I think Ohio State can be elite, because the quarterback saying is he can make every throw. You got Jeremiah Smith, you got Tate, you got a good tight end, can't think of his name. And they found a freshman running back named Bo Jackson. He was named after Bo Jackson.
All right.
And his daddy loved Bo Jackson, and he came in a couple of weeks ago and late in the game and had some big runs. Well, he started Saturday, and he had over 100 yards rushing. He's not a big guy. He's not a Bo Jackson, but he runs hard and he can hit the hole and he can go the distance in a hurry. So, and the defense is the defense.
Yeah, defense I'm impressed with. I think the defense is elite.
You win championships with Georgia won because of their defenses.
Yeah.
Not because of Stinson Bennett. He made some plays, but their defense shut people down.
Yeah.
And I see that in the Ohio State defense right now. That they may get beat, but it's going to surprise me.
I don't have a ton of confidence in their offense, even though they have really good players. I think they're missing Chip Kelly a little bit.
By the way, Randy says.
Randy says yes. All right.
He said Thomas County Central.
Thomas County Central is elite.
They are elite.
That was his answer.
I almost threw him in there. Okay, let's throw Thomas County Central in this one. Thomas County Central would beat UCLA. Yes, no.
Let me get this one for you.
Poor old UCLA.
Didn't they fire their coach?
Fire their coach. And
Already?
so they wouldn't beat them. But anyway, UCLA's having a tough year. I hate to see that.
There's always a chance.
Yeah.
Just all you need is a chance.
I've always liked UCLA because of their basketball team, not so much their football team. Except when Mark Harmon was there back in my day.
Oh boy, of NCIS fan.
Yeah, of NCIS fan. I kind of liked him, and then at the time I liked Troy Aikman when he was there, but I can't stand him once he became a Cowboy.
That's it. That was over.
But anyway, I don't know. You said
I hate to see a once good program, and I don't see a way out for them.
No, there's
right
no
now. That's
way
what I
out
hate to
for
see
them.
So, all right, last one. Michael Best, DJ Lagway had 5 interceptions against LSU. And as he got his equipment and he threw it on the bus, it got intercepted. Did that happen? Yes, no.
It probably could have, because he has thrown more to the other team than he's thrown to his team. And from what I've heard, he has a shoulder situation that his parents decided not to get surgery.
Oh yeah, that's a toughie sometimes.
And so he, was rehabbing, and they said he got way behind because he's a better athlete than he's showing right now.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
played Georgia. If he wouldn't have got hurt against Georgia, I think they'd have beat Georgia. And so I think by the time they get to Georgia, he'll be rolling. Ain't no doubt.
They got a tough stretch coming up. Every game.
Whoever's scheduled for them, again, I said it last week, but whoever's scheduled for them was
Randy says
doesn't like them at all.
He must have did something to the running back coach because he got suspended for 3 games for a fight before the game.
Game. But I do think Napier needs to protect him a little bit more. I know you're wanting to throw it into the game, but sometimes it's like, hey, protect your guy, run the ball, throw some screens, whatever you got to do to protect that
Give him
confidence.
some confidence.
Yeah, because you see the talent.
Right.
I mean, there was
He's
some
gotta be-
throws. You're like, my
he's
goodness.
very
He's
talented
got to
player.
be beat down right now.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're not beat down, and I hope you guys don't get beat down and go out there and enjoy some great high school football, band, cheerleaders. Enjoy what's good.
Michael needs to make the trip to Alma to support his dogs.
Well, I don't know about that now. I've been there.
It's just 2.5 hours, 2 hours and 14 minutes.
Where are you going to be? You like to travel around. Who are you going to go see?
I don't know.
There's a lot of opens this week.
A lot of opens this week. So I may go visit Randy and just be sure he's okay.
Yeah.
Check
all right.
on him.
All right. Hey, we love you, Randy. We'll
Take
talk
some
to you guys.
chicken noodle soup.
That's
We
right.
won't go that far.
Well, okay. It's just me. Yeah, but everybody else kind of likes you. All right. We'll see you next week on Press Box.